Hello and welcome to the second midweek episode of That Made Your List, a weekly podcast where an average, ordinary film fan, me, lists my top 5 films in a genre or subject chosen by the listeners. This week, the subject for me to give said list on is gangster films. Okay, before we move into these, I have a fondness for mafia, gangster films. They make up a big chunk of my top 10 all-time films, obviously including the 5 that I'm going to bring up here. Also, though, some that I really do like, some honourable mentions who didn't quite make the list. 2005's Departed. I'm not going to go too far into it. I mentioned it last week in the best remakes. Just a truly brilliant remake, obviously, of Infernal Affairs, but yeah. 1997's Donnie Brasco, starring Johnny Depp, true story. That was a really good one. 1987's Untouchables, obviously a great cast on there of Costner, Sean Connery, Robert De Niro playing Al Pacino, Andy Garcia, young Andy Garcia. Really good. I remember that with the pram bouncing down the steps of Grand Central Street Station with a shootout going on, and really good. French Connection, 1971 film, Gene Hackman, Roy Schneider. I don't know. I never know how to pronounce that. In from Jaws. One of the most iconic car chases of all time, when he's going underneath and he's following the subway train to get to where he's supposed to be. And then the last one on these honourable mentions, 1990s Miller's Crossing, Coen brothers, the film with Gabriel Byrne is playing both sides and facing one gang off against the other. That's my honourable mentions, not the ones that's in my top 5. As I say, these are obviously all subjective. These are my opinions of them. If you don't agree with something I've said, don't agree that a film should be there or should be higher up or should be lower up, please let me know. In the post that shared of this episode, put a comment in there. There's a Facebook page, That Made Your List on Facebook. Get onto there, write me a post, let me know I'm wrong. Please tell me I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. I don't mind. I have absolutely no problem with a healthy debate about films. I love talking films, as you could probably tell by the podcast. We're also on Twitter at That Made Your. So yeah, again, fire it on there. Fire me a tweet out. Tell me I'm wrong, or tell me I'm right. I mean, I usually am. Well, that's my opinion anyway, obviously. Okay. Anyway, moving on. So the top 5 gangster films. 4 out of the 5 are going to be recognised as the 4 best in my. Obviously, I think so. But I'd imagine there's only the order that they come in that people are going to disagree with this. Number 5, the same as last week with Remake, I've thrown in a little bit of a curveball. It's a personal movie that I particularly like. 1990s, The Craze. Obviously based on the real-life London gangsters of Ronnie and Reggie Kray. And whereas with the recent one with Tom Hardy, where they've CG'd him and it's 2 Tom Hardys, this was actual real-life twin brothers, Gary and Martin Kemp, who were... At the time, they were part of Spandau Ballet, which were a massive 80s band. But yeah, Gary and Martin Kemp played the titular brothers. It's a hard-hitting, it's a graphically violent portrayal of the brothers that didn't shy away from the homosexuality aspect of it, or the extreme violence that they use. I remember one scene quite near the beginning where they've just taken over a snooker hall as being their own, paid the brothers empty, they paid their owner off, there you go, this is ours now, we'll get these little darlings back. Next thing you see, they're playing snooker, a couple of guys having a go at them. Next thing you know, one of them's on their back on the snooker table, and then a massive sword of a dagger pushed through the palm of this guy's hand, and you see the claret coming down the end of blood. Yeah, it's yeah, it was a really, really, really good film. It was really brutal. The guy, their main rival in the film, George Cornwall, was played by, oh my god, I can't remember his name now. That he was in Beverly Hills Cop. He was Maitland in Beverly Hills Cop, and it was the Lieutenant Colonel in Rambo First Blood Part 2. Oh god, what's his name? Oh, I can't remember. He's gone. But yeah, that's the craze. It's Billy Whitelaw's got a load of. There's not many that you'll recognise as being top Hollywood stars, as you were. It was very much a British production. The director hadn't really done much since, or even it's still working. He's mainly a TV episode director. One episode of series here, an episode of series there. But yeah, it's as I say, might not to everyone be the top 5, but it's a film that if you like the Hardy version Legend, which came out last year, or was it the year before? Last year, yeah. Then this one is I'd definitely say is well worth a watch. Yeah. Okay, moving on then. We've got, excuse me, quick drink. This drink this week is sponsored by Cherries and Berries drink. Yeah, there you go. Okay, number 4. This is where we're starting to start getting people going, how can this only be at number 4, or how is this on your list, and blah blah blah. Number 4, 1995. Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, Sharon Stone, James Woods. It's Casino. It's Scorsese's Vegas epic. He landed Sharon Stone an Oscar nomination for Best Actress. It's obviously it's the story of De Niro's Ace Rothstein, who was sent to Vegas by the mob to run the Tangiers casino nightclub, and everything's going fine. He's running the casino, making a lot of money. Then Joe Pesci turns up and goes all Pesci on him. Pesci. Oh, I don't know with the pronunciation. I just go what I know. Yeah, Joe Pesci's Nicky turns up and starts making waves and making things difficult for Rothstein and falling out with him, and then obviously De Niro's falling in love with Sharon Stone's Ginger, and Nicky starts making moves on her when their relationship is falling apart. Yeah, really, really good film. I mean, I can't remember how much the budget was, but one thing I do know, they had $1 million just on the budget for clothing. Okay, during the film, De Niro had 70 different outfits. Sharon Stone only had 40. $1 million just on clothes, and by all accounts, I think De Niro and Stone kept the outfits afterwards. It's the way you go. Keep your suits, keep your dresses. It's not a film for the faint-hearted. Not so much the violence. The violence is not so much in this one. Although there is one scene in particular that will turn your stomach. More for the language. I mean, the F-bomb is dropped 435 times in this film. 435 times. 2.5 times a minute. That's a hell of a lot. I mean, it held the record at one point. It was beaten by God, what was it beaten by? I don't know. I know the record is Wolf of Wall Street at the moment, has it for nearly 600 times. But yeah, there we go. I love the film. I mean, I love Vegas anyway, and anything that's old timey Vegas that pulls into it. They used to do the shooting actually in the Tangiers casino, and it was only they used to film between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. so they could